Tanner Mulvihill over at Bayfield Home Loans and Wynd Crest Homeowner, and I am joined by real estate superstar Teilor Burnett. Taylor, how are you today?
Hey everybody, I'm doing great.
So I see you sold another home in Windcrest. That seems to be one of your things amongst many homes that you decide to sell. You got another one in our neighborhood. Very, very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, we
Yeah.
closed about a month and a half ago, and I brought the buyers to that one. So it was nice being able to help my sellers out with another trusted agent on the other line.
For sure, for sure. They knew it was going to get done, so that's always nice. Let me just kind of give the people an idea of what that looked like. So let me go to my present screen here, and I'm going to share the screen. We're going to talk about this house for just a moment, and you can tell people some of the features and all that good stuff, and kind of, this property, I guess, as a Windcrest homeowner, I would say this is kind of a standard Windcrest property. But tell us a little bit more, was there a lot of traffic through the house? Was there, was it more difficult to
Oh my
sell? Give me
gosh,
your thoughts.
it was slammed in there. So we originally went to the market and we did an VA assumption loan and just did not work out. Unfortunately, those are very difficult to work through. And we
Right.
said, you know what? It's been about 5 months. We've given the buyer as much time as we possibly can. We need to get back to the market. So we got back to the market. We were on the market for about 48 hours, and I had probably anywhere from 30 to 35 people in that house. And
Nice.
I had a few offers, but the buyers that I brought to the table, they had something that the sellers wanted to go with, and they were willing to pay full price, not pay any closing costs, and it was a really smooth deal. And they knew the agent on the other end was going to get it done. So
Yep.
we ratified very quickly and sold within 30 days. The appraisal came back exactly as what our ask price was, which was the 360. And by my clients bringing their own buyer, going through me, they were able to save about 10 grand on commissions.
Very nice. And that's the thing I think people need to understand, especially if they're considering listing and Windcrest coming up with you, is that it's you have so many buyers that you're working with, the chances of you bringing the buyer are really good. And that's just not the case for so many agents. So that is something where they listed with you, that they have that potential and potentially going to save more money from it too.
1000%. I mean, typically, if we're going to the market, 6% is what you are getting for buyer agent fees, 3% for the
Yep.
seller, 2% for the buyer. When I bring my own buyer, you get charged 4%. So that's a lot of money.
A lot of money that you can save up front. And one of the things I'm noticing on the pictures, it there's a distinct advantage by using a professional photographer that you do every time on every listing. And I think so often where people go cheap when they're picking an agent is that's one of the things their agent might not do for them, and it
A
makes
lot
such a
of
big difference.
a lot of agents do like cell phone photos, and I just really truly don't understand that because you don't get the full understanding of what the property shows. And
Yeah.
making sure that the house is staged, you can see in these photos that my sellers took the time to stage the property the way that I requested them to do so. And 83% of homes sell faster than those who do not stage.
Oh my goodness, it's such a huge advantage because again, if we're just walking into a property and all I'm looking at is white walls over here, it's like
It's hard to picture.
yeah, it's really tough because you're like, I don't know if my furniture will fit in there, and you just don't really get the perspective of like where are things going to go unless it's
Yeah.
already kind of in there for you.
Yep. One of the
Um,
biggest things too, Tanner, is like when we go into these sales in Windcrest, you have to have a contingency based off of the condo docs. You have to. There's no way around it. I
yeah,
already have all the condo docs from Chateau Run that I sold last year, and also now from Pope Valley. I continue to get the updated rules and regulations, which I can forward on to the buyer, and we can surpass that contingency because I have the rules and regulations. What would make us go straight to pending, which makes it so the buyer has no way to back out of this deal.
yeah, and that's important for the sellers because again, if you're trying to move on to the next property and you
Yeah.
need the money, you want to make sure it gets done. And that in our business, we see it over and over where deals fall apart because either the loan officer on the other side didn't do a good job, or
Mhm.
the house didn't appraise because the listing agent's not working with the appraiser to get the comps that we need, or to make sure that they understand the comps that are being used to arrive at the price. There's just so many things where having a truly experienced neighborhood superstar like yourself
Yeah.
available, it seems like why would I list with somebody else? It doesn't, in my opinion, that's why you're there.
Well, thank you, Tanner.
You bet, you bet. Well, let's get off this for a minute. So we're gonna stop my share screen here and let's get back up here. And you have some stats to kind of go over because right
I
now,
do.
Wynd Crest, we don't have anything for sale in the neighborhood right now.
Nothing
I
is
don't.
active. And I've had people try and reach out to me to get into Wynd Crest, and I don't have any houses for anyone. Unfortunately,
That's
I have
right. There's
tenants who are
nowhere
in
to
there.
go.
I've got a few tenants who live in there right now, and they're going to be buying with me this year, and they would love to stay in Wynd Crest. But there's just nothing on the market, unfortunately. And the ones
Yeah,
that have been on the market, I mean, mine sold at 360, another one sold below that price, another one sold below the, at 340, and they're all the same condo. Every single one of them are the same, and ours sold the highest value.
and that makes it goes back to the marketing difference. So
Yeah,
you have your screen if you want to
I
pull,
do.
or if I can pull that up for us. Here we go. So let's get this blown up a little bit. So what? Go ahead and give us an overview. What are we looking at?
You're looking at right here, we have the one on Lakeview Court, and that is a beautiful home. It's sold at 335. They listed at 350. Now, mind you, that one has a
Mm,
brand new roof. Everything in that home is very clean, very clear. There is no reason that that 350 price should not have been hit. So, unfortunately, they didn't get the number that they were asking for. Now, Napa Court went to the market at 340, and they ended up backing out on one of their last deals, releasing the buyer, and then they got a new buyer on, and they got it sold at 340, which is great, but they could have very easily hit that 360 mark if they would have gone with a different agent, maybe.
for
Now,
sure.
we listed at 350 on Pope Valley and took an offer at 360. So we went 10,000 above what we thought we were going to get. And we were on the market, as you can see, 3 days right here. And I had tons of people in there. So if you look at this house right here on Napa, this one is still in great condition, really beautiful home. The sellers have done a really wonderful job with everything.
Yeah.
But they should have hit the 360 mark. They are in the same condition as the Pope Valley.
And let's talk about potential reasons that could be. The first one I would go with is if often as we know in the business, loan officers from around the country, they may not know what they're doing. They like so for example, if you're an agent and you take an offer from US a lender letter from USA or Navy Fed, you're just inviting things to go wrong. Whether it's appraisal, whether it's the deal just falling apart, you name it. So you have to stick local. That's whether it's me or somebody else. You need to be using somebody that knows this market.
Unfortunately, a lot of the loan officers that do get on these big time, they're United Wholesale Mortgage
Yeah,
or Veterans United or USA or Navy Fed or any of those big guys, they don't have one person that's assigned to that file, and it's multiple
right.
people going in it, and they're not local. I can't call you at 9 o'clock at night and say, listen, I'm going through this file, we need to get these things together. I can't help you because I can't call the mortgage company, and they're not going to answer at 9 o'clock at night. Tanner,
Right.
on the other hand,
I
he
will pick
does
up
it
my
all the
phone. We
time.
have a job to do.
Yeah, we've got to get this thing done, and unfortunately, sometimes that's what time I need to get things done is at 9 o'clock at night, and I call you and you answer.
That's what I'm here for. So, and that's such an important point, though. So, our market has now, would you say, like just a general listing? We should be looking 360 or better for
This
most of that type property in Windcrest
For
right
this
now.
square footage right now at 1897, as
Yeah,
long as you are not original to the home when it was built, in 2002,
a
you do.
few updates. Are you saying we should probably do a few things?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be crazy, right? It doesn't have to be anything crazy. I mean, painting goes a very, very long way.
Right.
Making sure you have updated appliances goes a very long way. Like very minimalistic things like that, you can hit your 360 mark. We did not have any crazy updates in this house. We had original shower, we had original tub, original vanities. They painted the vanities. They gave the house charming characteristics, and that made us get over the edge to get us to that 360 mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's important and just really goes back to make sure that you're picking a true professional who understands the neighborhood. It's going to make a difference for people. I wanted to, is there, so we know we don't have anything on the market right now. Are we kind of tracking with where the number of listings that have been coming up in Windcrest over the years? Are we like way low? Like what's that looking like?
We're low. Like for the last year, we had a ton of listings that went to the market. And I don't know if it's because of the amount of renters that are in that community. And there are a lot of renters in that community.
Yeah,
I would say it's a good 50% tenants and 50% homeowners.
right.
We just need more listings in there because it's extremely sought after. It's very sought. It's local to everything. You're just close to everything, and people want that. And this area is continuing to grow, especially with Spence Crossing right across the street. it
Yep.
has brought in so many buyers, and it's raising y'all's home value because all of those new constructions are right there, and they don't just have single family homes. They have townhomes, they have condos, they have tri-levels, like they have a lot of different layouts that you can purchase, and that's increasing the Wynd Crest community value.
Yeah, I agree. And having purchased a home in there in 2023, and then having done a lot of work to it, one of the nice things, like, roofs don't cost you $25,000 if you're going to
Mhm.
replace a roof in there. And there's smaller upgrades that you can do that aren't going to break the bank, that are going to add value when you
Yeah.
go to sell
And
it.
I cannot stress enough how important it is to have a home warranty. Like, your home warranty is a one-time fee. It costs you $600 a year. Your HVAC goes out. That's a $8,000 to $10,000 repair that you have to pay a $500 deductible to get it replaced.
Yeah, I'm with
Home
you.
warranties can cover your roof. It can cover your water heater, your electrical, your plumbing, all of your appliances. Like, it just makes sense to have something like that, because if it does go out, it'll automatically upgrade you, and you automatically have that equity in your home because it's been upgraded. What does it cost
Yep.
you? $600 to have a home warranty? It's,
Easy
it's
money, easy money.
yeah.
Well, I think we've kind of addressed the market for Windcrest right now. A
Yeah.
couple parting thoughts I'd like to say for the folks. First, if you're considering buying or selling anywhere, Taylor, you can help people pretty much all over the country. So I
Yes,
decided to
I've
list
got
my
a
house in
listing in
Windcrest.
Gloucester this weekend. So I am driving an hour and a half to Gloucester, and I would rather do nothing else.
That's right. That's right. And you have the ability though, like if I listed with you and I said, hey, I'm going to California, you'd be like, cool, let me get you an agent there, a top producer that's
I've
going to help
got
you on that.
a closing in Texas. I've got a closing in Pennsylvania, and I've got a closing in Florida all this week.
You do have a closing in Florida. I know because I'm doing that one. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Other thing I was going to let people know about kind of the rental market, since you and I, my property has come on the market recently for rent.
Yeah.
I got 2,400 for it. So if you're considering renting, yeah, if you're considering renting out your property and
Wow.
moving to a next one, that's one of the great things about VA loans. And I know so many residents in Windcrest have VA loans. You could hang on to that property that you bought it a long time ago, what, for 200, 225, whatever you got it for, and then move on to the next one in Virginia Beach or Chesapeake or wherever you want to go. Purchase a beautiful brand new home, hang on that one in Windcrest. Yeah, another rental in the market, but
I mean, and
Windcrest is.
you can property manage it yourself. Like, if you have one, it's so easy. Like, you just have them do the exact program you did, make sure the background check and all of their credit is good.
Yep.
Have them get in there. I mean, how much maintenance is one house going to take with one tenant? It's really not.
Not much. If the work's already done, it's just about finding the right tenant and just making sure that they're going to do what they
The
promise.
technology
And
today makes things so much easier. They can put in rental or maintenance requests if they need to, and Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, whatever it is, how they
yep.
pay you. Like, you're not going to go pick up a check from them every single month. So
No,
it makes
no,
life
I
a
have
lot
not picked up a
easier.
check. Any parting thoughts? Kind of the general real estate market around the area. What are you seeing right now?
Things are still crazy. I mean,
Yep.
it's the Hampton Roads. It's never going to stop here. We've got military keeping everybody afloat, and
Coming in all the
appreciation
time.
value is anywhere from 7 to 12%, just depending on where you are.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just had one go to the market over the weekend, and we had about 13 offers within 24 hours, and I accepted something 36,000 over ask price. So
Nice. Yeah.
market is flying.
That's right. And that's a really important point though, because some people may hear that and they go like, "Oh, I don't want to get into that now because it's competitive and its prices are rising." But people need to look at where we're at and what's going to happen. Once these interest rates drop,
It's
the
going to get worse.
values are just going to take
It's going to get
off.
so much worse. You think 13 offers is scary? As soon as interest rates drop, it's going to be double, if not triple, because
That's right.
everybody else is waiting for interest rates to drop. Buy the house when the house is exactly what market value is at, not when it's everybody else is trying to raise that market value by the competitiveness.
Yep.
You will buy it now and refinance later. You marry the house and you date the rate.
That's correct. And that's a great point to end on. If you're thinking about refinancing right now, I would love the opportunity to help. I specialize in doing VA IRRRLs, interest rate refinance reduction loans. I can help with all types of refinances. I can put you with the right person for a home equity line of credit if you need to get that out. So this is Tanner Mulvihill over at Bayfield Home Loans and Teilor Burnett with Owen Real Estate. Taylor, we will be back next month with an update for June on the Wynd Crest Real Estate market. Bye,
Looking
y'all.
forward to it. Bye, guys.